bouncing.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's been a very one-sided NBA Finals. It's 3-0. Could we be crowning a champion tonight? Brian Anderson here. With me, Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson. Joining us courtside is Allie LaForce. And a look at the starters for the Bulls. Johnson is out there with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Then there's Davis, and it's Olajuwon in at the center position, locking down the middle. And for the Knicks, we've got Chris Paul, and it's Malone in at the 4 spot. You look at the Bulls, no other way to put it, a nightmare performance on the league's biggest stage. Can they stave off elimination for pride's sake, if nothing else?
And getting swept as a top seed would certainly sting. They'll do everything possible to avoid that fate here tonight.
And so off the tip, it is New York. Now here's Paul. Pass to Malone. No good. Davis with the defensive effort.
A perfect example of how to protect the rim.
This is why he's out there in situations like this. He stands tall to prevent points.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
And good whistle there.
First personal foul. First team foul. Hakeem Olajuwon. At the line, 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And he can't hit the second. And the Knicks with possession. Ooh, poked away. Stolen by Davis. They push it up 4 on 3. Oh, swiped away. And they're running. And he's going for the oop here. And out of bounds. It'll be Chicago ball.
Horrible mistake right
Bulls
there.
ball.
You hate to see unforced turnovers like that.
And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for the Bulls. Outside Davis. Offline with a 3.
That's exactly how you have to defend him on the perimeter. Can't allow any space.
Pass to Paul. Beyond the arc. Rebound by the Bulls. Outside Johnson. Here's Davis. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup.
This is where you want AD to get his shots. That's almost automatic.
Here's Paul. And he drops it in from the low post.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that, they are just a gift. Just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistently.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
First personal foul. First team foul. Chris Paul. At the line, 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one.
And the leadership Paul brings to this team is so incredibly important. His teammates really rally behind him.
He hits the second from the line. Chicago has gone 0 for 2 from outside. And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Johnson passes to Davis. And Davis slams it home.
The muscle from Davis, so confident and powerful inside.
Pass to Pippen. And it's Bird with a rebound. The Bulls have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Now here's Johnson. Now Davis. Here's Bird. That's tipped. Shot clock at 5. The Bulls need to get off a shot. Davis. And he can't bank that one in.
Analytics already don't favor the mid-range jumper, let alone against exceptional defense.
Paul passes to O'Neal. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Chris Paul is always thinking pass first. He's so good at finding his teammates, especially when they're open.
Here's Olajuwon. Pass to Bird. Second chance shot. And there's the rejection. And it's out of bounds. Still Chicago's ball.
Bulls ball.
So Chicago ends up going with a new group.
Substitution on the court.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Iverson passes to McHale. 5 on the clock. Here's Lucas. Knocked loose. Wing shot on the way. No good off the glass.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
The BA, when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice. Pass to McHale. Back to Doncic. Soft touch off the glass.
The size and strength of Doncic can go overlooked. I mean, he's
McHale.
more than capable of scoring there in the paint.
It's Johnson with a drive. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Used the paint to perfection and got all the way to the rim.
Knicks lead 9.
Doncic passes to Iverson. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
Moving
The
screen.
screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have
New
been
York
planted.
ball.
Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
Here's Drexler. Pass to Mutombo. Here's Malone. Out left to the wing. Baylor, the pass to Malone. Johnson inside. Mutombo misses the baby hook.
How did he break that one? He smoked it. Everything was set up for that to be an easy basket.
A guard that can truly do it all. Doncic has tremendous power.
Now Johnson. Pass to Baylor. Shoots over Thompson. The offensive rebound. Tries yet again. And it's rejected.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
Here's McHale. Thompson scanning the floor. McHale pass to Doncic. Here's Iverson, covered by Johnson. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Huge putback. This guy plays with so much energy.
I don't know anybody that goes after the boards harder. Here's Drexler. Good D by Doncic.
Oh, gritty defense. Protecting the rim at all costs against the guy who has all sorts of ways to finish.
So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. It's the Bulls. They lead by 2. Quarter number 2 coming up right after this break. Don't go anywhere.
11.
And we welcome you back to Game 4, folks. Thanks for joining us. And guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
Making it as difficult as possible for the offense to find clean looks. Great stuff.
We've got Chris Paul, and it's Drexler in at the shooting guard. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Back to Johnson. Shoots over Paul. Johnson with a bucket.
You got to appreciate the consistency. Night in and night out, he brings it.
Pass to Drexler. Here's Pippen. Rebound by the Bulls.
Showing great intensity around the rim is part of why he's a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Paul for 3. He buries it from 3. Paul's got 6 points.
The consistency of Paul's three-point shot is really something. He is a real troublemaker at the arc.
Bulls lead 13-12.
Pass to Bird. Fires for 3. O'Neal pulls it in.
Great job of closing the space and getting a hand up.
Yeah, that's a good defender making a play, and he does it without fouling.
Now here's Paul. He's got 6. And rejected. And he's able to get it back. Here's O'Neal. Oh, no good. Had a chance to take the lead. The Bulls have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Here's Olajuwon. And again, no good by Chicago. New York trailing. Unloads from 13. The shot that time not on target. Davis with the defensive effort. And Davis slams it home.
What do you want? Agility, he's got it. Height, he's got it. Davis has every advantage on this play. Defenses just can't effectively counter it.
Now a timeout called by New York.
Time to make some noise for your Knicks City Dancer.
And let's take a look at the players leading the way in assists here in the postseason. Third is Chris Paul.
I really admire how he seeks out his teammates. His selfless attitude and desire to get his guys going is what makes him such a valuable player.
Here's O'Neal. Outside Paul. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Pippen passed to O'Neal. And the layup is good.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the Bulls. And finished off by Davis.
And it's just so beautiful. The timing of that play is exceptional. Davis just gets there right on time and puts it in.
Here's O'Neal. It's rebounded by Olajuwon.
I'd like to see him a bit more efficient. He has not been great this quarter.
Here's Davis. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
Well, Davis gets to the line a lot, and people don't talk about it. But he's an excellent foul shooter, about 80% most season.
Anthony Davis at the line, 2 shots.
That free throw good from Davis.
Davis definitely wants to be better from here. He knows that he can improve on his percentage from the line.
Both free throws good from Davis.
It's always nice to see a big fella be able to knock down some free throws and make teams pay from the line.
Ball against Johnson. And he's going for the lob. Oh, what a nice defensive play to disrupt the lob. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock. And the Bulls lead by 7.
Sweet-looking jumper from the mid-range. I mean, Gilgeous-Alexander just making it look easy.
Here's Pippen. Oh, nice fake, but the layup's off the mark. Outside Johnson. Pass to Davis. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Bird. O'Neal pulls it in.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want
in
him
the
to
first
take.
half. 2 minutes.
Here's Pippen. No points yet. Fires the 3. Gilgeous-Alexander with a rebound. Here he goes. Strong finish by Gilgeous-Alexander.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
.127 left in the second period. That one a little long.
And with his team trying to trim this margin, his struggles this quarter, they're not helping things.
Inside. And finished off by Davis.
Anthony Davis.
Uh-oh, everything is going AD's way. He is in that zone and scoring at a terrific pace.
New York.
Now a timeout called by New York. You got to like what Anthony Davis has done in this game.
Well, he's been destroying them inside, and they need a timeout to figure out an answer or a prayer if there is one.
Fans, another big cheer for your Knicks City Kid.
1:14 left in the second. Paul passes to Baylor. Knocks it down from distance. Baylor's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Baylor.
Guys are moving the ball, sharing it, and makes the game so much more fun. Both as a player
17.
Here's Olajuwon. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
First personal foul. Second team foul. Hakeem Olajuwon. At the line, 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
I love it. In attack mode, drawing foul calls this quarter and getting to the free throw line.
To the middle. Oh, there's a killer two-hand slam.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam.
27,
To the inside.
19.
Gilgeous-Alexander. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed pass. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 in the quarter. New York has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the second. Johnson against Doncic. Johnson passes to Drexler. 6 on the shot clock.
Bulls foul. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Second personal foul. First team foul. Clyde Drexler. At the line, 2 shots.
First free throw is good. He's perfect from the line this time.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see him miss.
Johnson against Doncic. Pass to Iverson. Over Paul. And Chicago again with a bucket.
Just continuing to pile it on, refusing to let up.
If he has space in the mid-range, he'll let it fly. Doesn't matter if the score is tied or they are up big.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls earning this break in the action, up 10. They're communicating well and stringing together stops. All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
31.
Well, Coach, this first half has been a struggle. What's been the problem?
Lack of intensity. We're back on our heels. They're attacking us. We're not getting much done.
Guys, they'll look to be the aggressor in the second half.
All right, Allie, thanks for that. We will see everyone right back after this break, ready for the second half.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, you will not find an empty seat here tonight. Welcome to our halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet, Shaquille O'Neal. You looking for an empty seat?
Yeah.
You're sitting
There's only 3 of us.
And the seats are all full.
Okay. Oh, you meant in the arena.
Ah, that's what I'm talking. Looking at the Bulls, they finally showed us the skills that got them into this championship series, building a solid lead to take into the second half. Can they avoid elimination down 3-0? We will soon find out. What'd you think, Shaq, about Chicago?
Their efforts in the paint have really paid dividends. It's been a focal point. It's been the difference in the game.
And over to Kenny. What'd you think about New York?
Obviously, that was U-G-L-Y. It's ugly. Shooting under 30% from the field, disorganized, chucking up bad shots. Man, I tell you, they have to adjust their play, and they got to get better looks.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And here we go. The NBA Finals continue here on 2K Sports. A fantastic game from Anthony Davis in this one.
And in the first half, he dominated in the post. He got the looks he wanted and was able to execute.
The question now is, will the defense keep letting him punish them inside? Or did coach have some new ideas for them?
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. And so in the game for the Bulls, we've got Davis. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is out there with Johnson. And it's Olajuwon in at the center position.
Maybe they've been going to him a little too much. Now, he's having a great game, but his team is losing, and that is all that matters.
O'Neal pulls it in. O'Neal's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Pippen. And a foul call on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
First personal foul. First team foul. Scottie Pippen. At the line, 2 shots.
He's off on the first. And the second free throw is good. Chicago leading. Pass to Bird. Outside Davis. Puts it up from 12. Blocked!
Off to a bit of a slow start in the second half. 0 for 3 so far.
Paul looking it over. Here's O'Neal. Blocked! Johnson with it. Oh, there's the alley! Here's Pippen. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the third quarter. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Malone. Over Gilgeous-Alexander. And Malone gets it to go.
You have to appreciate guys who can work the mid-range area. It's clearly how you keep defenses honest.
And when we talk about the numbers, the analytics for great shooters like him, pretty much any shot is a good shot.
Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over.
Here come your Knicks City Dancers, everyone. Get loud for them.
And the Bulls making a change here.
Some noise for your Knicks City Dancer.
Outside Johnson. Here's Davis. Here's McHale. Oh, what a finish in traffic!
Kevin
My
McHale.
goodness!
They can finally relax after missing their first 4 shots to start this half.
Here's Baylor. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. And it's Baylor missing. The Bulls have gotten just 1 of 5 shots to drop since halftime. Pass to Johnson. Outside Davis. Here's Bird. Still no points. Mutombo with a rebound.
A perfect example of how to protect the rim.
This is why he's out there. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
Here's Pippen. They trail by 7. Knocked away. Puts it up from 12. It's hauled in by the Bulls. They've led by as many as 11. Johnson against Paul. Releases. Here's McHale. Up and in on the layup. McHale's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
That's a blue-collar bucket right there. Grown man basket. Put in the work. Got a 2nd chance to score.
Oh, and Johnson with a block. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the 3rd quarter. And so he draws the foul. Heading to the line to shoot a pair.
Dikembe Mutombo.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
Kevin McHale at the line. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. So he gets them both. For New York, they've gotten only 2 of 7 shots to go in the 3rd quarter. It's Johnson with a drive. The steal. Here's Bird. He's scoreless. Good on the bucket.
Assist from
and the Bulls lead by 13.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job.
Oh, wow. Playing from behind, it's amazing he chose a dunk with that high difficulty rating.
Yeah, no question. That was a stellar move with plenty of swagger. Oh, doing damage above the rim. That was our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Pass to Lucas, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
Here's Iverson. 16 feet out. Mutombo with a rebound. Mutombo's got 4 rebounds in the game. For New York, they've gotten just 3 of 8 shots to go in the 3rd quarter. It's Johnson with a drive. And that one drops. Johnson's got his 2nd basket.
If the defense lets him inside, he will not hesitate. He'll gladly drop that thing right in the cup.
To the left wing. Pass to Lucas. The rebound by Baylor. The Knicks have gone 4 of 9 in the 3rd quarter. Here's Drexler. Doncic with a block.
Defense at its best from Doncic. Like to see him putting that much effort into his D.
No good that time. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for New York. They trail by 9.
And that's how you lead a team. Literally.
Bulls lead 39-32.
Down low. Here's Doncic. Nice finish from Luka.
At about 230 pounds, Doncic is a load down low.
And here's Johnson. Pass to Mutombo. Here's Baylor. 14 feet away. And it's Bird with a rebound. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Iverson. There's 14 seconds left in the third quarter here. 5 to shoot. And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over.
New York ball. Substitution on the court.
With 1 on the clock. No good there. And so it's the Chicago Bulls. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Their defensive efforts have paid off, effectively shutting down the opposing offense. Back after this.
The Bulls. .41.
And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth quarter. New York trailing. We've got Chris Paul, and it's O'Neal in at the 5, down low. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Bird passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside Davis. The rebound by Malone. Malone's got 4 rebounds now. Here's a 3 from Paul. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Olajuwon's got 4 rebounds in the game. To the paint. And finished off by Davis.
Ooh, he's earning his keep offensively, a key part of their winning effort at this point.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Pass to Pippen. And the Knicks miss again. The Bulls shooting at about 44% so far. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The Knicks with the rebound. O'Neal's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Here's Baylor. Gilgeous-Alexander with a rebound.
Showing great intensity around the rim. It's part of why he's a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
And he lobs it up to the rim. Alley-oop on top, hammer it home.
The pass, the catch, the slam. What a clean play.
And absolutely jaw-dropping. Back to Johnson. Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. It's rebounded by New York. Here's Pippen. Outside Paul. Shoots over Johnson. And Davis with the block.
Well, his shooting is unfortunately not a big thing. And his lackluster accuracy is probably the thing that's keeping them behind. Okay, so if I were to say this was a disaster of a period for him, it would be an understatement. But hey, sometimes you got to shoot your way out of the slump, even for him.
Johnson passes to Olajuwon. Over Paul. Shot's good by Olajuwon. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Bulls.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
And their block numbers also stand out to me. Challenging shots at the rim has been a big part of their defensive success.
Time called here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
There's just a lot of wide open lanes to the rim here. That'll drive your coach nuts.
Yeah, we can see over here. The coach, he has some choice words for his team. Words we cannot repeat.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, over the last break I listened to Tom Thibodeau address the team. He questioned his team's effort, asking them, should I put in the bench right now? Wake up guys, we can still win this game, but I need you all to play like you believe you can. Not exactly a fun huddle to listen in on, guys.
And Allie, thanks. Yep, count it.
These are exactly the kind of shots they want to generate each and every time down the floor.
45, 46.
Just a bird. Here's Olajuwon. It's blocked. Here in the fourth quarter, just under 2.5 gone by. Here's O'Neal. And he comes up with a bucket. Great game for him. Double-double now for Chicago. They've got 2 of 8 shots to drop in the final quarter. Johnson with a bucket. Now here's Paul.
Magic Johnson.
Oh, and Johnson with a block. The ball's knocked loose. And now the Knicks on the break. Here's Mutombo. Pass to O'Neal. Outside Paul. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
It was a strong move. The shot's just a little off.
First personal foul. First team foul. Shaquille O'Neal. At the line, 2 shots.
He gets the first, and that brings him with an 8. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
He's going to be kicking himself all night. This isn't the time to be wasting opportunities.
Outside Johnson. Bird. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Paul passes to Pippen. To the inside. Ooh, it's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. A minute 15 left in the game. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. 6 to shoot. The rebound by Malone.
This has not been his best quarter.
Yeah, he needs to mix things up on the offense. He simply just can't keep missing shots at this rate because he's destroying his teammates.
Johnson against Paul. And Johnson gets it to go on the assist from Gilgeous-Alexander.
Assist from.
They really came in with the right mindset today. I can guarantee you their flight home will be filled with some smiles.
And as it should be, to be this dominant on another team score, look, when you go home, you're going to go home feeling good.
Now a timeout called by New York.
It's your Knicks City
They're
Dancers.
trailing by 10. 43 seconds left in the final quarter. Jackson, our New
on the
Balance
court.
player of the game, Anthony Davis.
I mean, what a show he put on for this crowd tonight. And when you have a guy who's just constantly dunking over and over, it's got to be embarrassing for the D. I mean, he's attacking the basket from every possible angle, and they simply cannot stop him.
Well, he relishes the chance to rub it in the face of the home crowd. The chants, the jeers, nothing phases him on the mission for victory. Doncic outside. Deflected.
And just not enough time for them to get back in this game.
Yeah, they got to be disappointed with this result.
Pass to Mutombo. Here's O'Neal. To the wing on the left. Here's Pippen. Kept alive. Now here's Johnson. From the arc. It's good! From beyond the arc!
Dennis Johnson.
So the Bulls win it. And they're still in a tight spot, but you have to applaud the grit they showed to get this win.
You can't ever underestimate a team in the postseason. They fought hard and got a crucial victory.
Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Thanks so much. I'm here with Luka, and Luka, you got a tough win tonight. What are your initial thoughts on the performance?
Without you fans,
we got to win against a team that's very competitive. They go hard no matter what. They're a great team. And, I'm just glad we got to win. And we got to keep going like that.
Victory tastes a little sweet.
Allie, thank you as always. Game 4 of the NBA Finals is in the books. This is Brian Anderson saying thank you for watching.
Let's start in the wreck with Fox with Knives. Hey, I know a fox. Anyway, on the break.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And you can feel the anticipation building with the introduction of each one. Will it end tonight? That's the question as one team battles to shut the door on the season. Another hopes to stave off defeat. The NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge is joining us from the sideline. So a look at our starters for the Knicks. We've got Baylor. Shaquille O'Neal is out there with Moses Malone. Then there's Pippen. And it's Paul in at the 1 spot. And for Chicago, we've got Luka Doncic. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Magic Johnson. Then it's Olajuwon. And it's Davis in at the 4-man position. Take a look at the Knicks. Greg, at the start of this series, who would have thought they'd have a chance to close out the NBA Finals in Game 5?
Unbelievable story. You have to credit their boys. They've been relentless thus far. And, hey, they've proven they can win in any environment, and that makes them all the more dangerous.
You're right. They have been relentless. Now here's Paul. Pass to Malone. Over Davis. They get it again. And stolen by Olajuwon. Outside, Davis. Olajuwon against O'Neal. And Olajuwon with the basket on the assist by Doncic.
Yeah, that's just too deep. Olajuwon with way too many moves in there. Almost automatic.
Paul for 3. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Chris Paul. That pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Now, here's Doncic. Tipped away. He's all alone. Gilgeous-Alexander against Baylor. Good D by Gilgeous-Alexander. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for the Bulls. They won their last game Monday night.
And you know what? Sometimes it's hard to say whether or not defensively you were on your game. But bottom line is their opponent didn't shoot it well. And you got to take some of the credit from a defensive standpoint.
They really played exhausting D out there, just hounding them all night long.
At the line for 2, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
Nearly automatic. Gilgeous-Alexander, no slouch from the line.
Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both.
He's living there tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling. And the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
Lobbed up there for O'Neal. It's stolen by Olajuwon. Inside. Knicks with the rebound.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
First personal foul.
The Knicks getting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
At the line for the Knicks, Elgin Baylor. Taking 2 shots.
That free throw good from Baylor.
And, you know, beyond all the things Baylor gives you, he's an entertainer out on the floor. The acrobatics we see, something spectacular from this guy almost every game.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Here's Johnson. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Lets it go from deep. Drains the three, and yes, he'll go to the line for one more. It goes on Moses Malone. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Moses Malone. First personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for Chicago, Anthony.
And that one falls for Davis.
You know, it's so many things AD can do on the floor to help your team win.
Pippen outside. Kicks it out to Baylor. Back to Pippen. 6 to shoot. Ball with the 3. Johnson with the block. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Davis. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play.
This is where the length of AD really shows up. You think you have him well defended, and maybe you do, but it's just not enough.
Now here's Pippen. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate. And that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching.
Doncic passes to Olajuwon. Back to Doncic. And Pippen pulls it down.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Now Davis. Following Chris Paul's three-point attempt. Olajuwon trying to break free. Off target at the rim. Shaq passes to Pippen. Fires, high post, and that one, good. Pippen's got his second basket of the game.
Lethal from the mid-range. Pippen doesn't need much airspace to feel comfortable with that jumper.
And now the first timeout called here for the Bulls.
Please welcome to the court, your Chicago Bulls.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group.
One more time.
And then for New York. Tumbo is checked in for Shaq. Drexler comes in for Scottie Pippen. And it's Johnson in for Baylor. Iverson. Here's Reed. And it's sent back by Mutombo.
And this is Mutombo's calling card, using that wide wingspan to just erase shots left and right.
And 2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
On the wing, Iverson, defended by Paul. Good work defensively by Paul. And it's Drexler with the ball for the New York Knicks. They trail by 1. Here's Paul. And it's blocked. What a play as he just snatches the shot out of midair.
I mean, he's staying aggressive, trying to regain his touch. But right now, he's hurting the team.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Bulls.
Well, it's tough to score when you're getting stuffed on every attempt. Great job getting the hands up so far, making life difficult on shooters.
And they've also been pressuring the ball tonight. You don't get this many steals without making an effort there.
Here's Drexler after the made shot from Allen Iverson. Good D by Thompson. And here we go. Fast break. Lynn's got it. At the elbow, it's Thompson. Here's Iverson. It's rebounded by New York.
Great focus on the defensive end there to contest that shot.
And this is where you would prefer to work the ball to someone else for just a better look.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
In the pass to Iverson. Back to Lynn. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Beyond the arc. It doesn't go for him.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period.
Passes it to Malone. Drexler outside. Driving the lane over Thompson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
David Thompson.
It's his first trip to the line.
Personal foul. Second team foul. Shooting for New York, Clyde Drexler. Taking 2 shots.
And it's tied up with that one. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter.
With the score,
New York ahead, leading by just 1. And we'll get going after this from United Center.
13.
So glad to have you with us here as we bring you more action from courtside at Game 5. And looking at what we've seen from the Knicks so far, what do you guys think?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
So with Burge sitting on the bench, here's the group that Billy Donovan has on the floor. Luka Doncic's out there with Davis. Then it's Magic Johnson. Then there's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Olajuwon in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now, here's Johnson. After Luka Doncic's miss, good D by Gilgeous-Alexander. Johnson outside. Loads it up for Davis. And Davis throws it down.
What a beautiful play, and it was great timing. Then the athletic finish by AD.
Assisted Magic Johnson.
Baylor drives in. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot by Baylor, no good.
I like it. That's a great battle at the rim. He just couldn't finish.
And it's Doncic missing.
This is the shot you want right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
Here's Shaq. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Assist from
Shaq's got the lead up to 1 now for the Knicks. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Bulls. He kicks it to Doncic. Johnson outside. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. Baylor defending. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. For New York, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. No good from Baylor. Davis kicks to Johnson. Pass to Olajuwon. Second chance shot, and the layup is up and in. Olajuwon's got his second bucket.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Both teams putting forth their best efforts right now. This is the kind of game fans pay to see.
Yep, that one goes.
And I like what the defense is thinking here, but Pippen gets physical inside and insists on getting to his shot.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Johnson in the corner. Busts the J after the cagey pass.
Magic Johnson.
And the Bulls lead by 1. You talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
Olajuwon with the block. It's stolen by Mutombo. Johnson surveying the floor. Here's Shaq. That shot off the mark. Good D by Olajuwon. 13 feet away. That one misses. His first miss of the game after making his first 3. It's Pippen on the wing. Lets it fly from 18. Kicks it to Johnson. It's all in by the Bulls. Davis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, no good by Chicago. Down low, here's Pippen. And the slam dunk by Pippen.
Scottie
Don't
Pippen.
you wish you could leap like Pippen? I mean, I do.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Baylor against Gilgeous-Alexander. To the paint, Davis dishes to Olajuwon. And it's Davis missing.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
Great focus on the defensive end there to contest that shot.
And this is where you would prefer to work the ball to someone else for just a better look.
Now here is Davis. 8 points for him. Here's Doncic. That one off the back iron and out. The Knicks with the lead. To the middle. Here's Baylor. The shot's good on the assist by Pippen.
And what's unique about Baylor, he can score from a variety of angles and really good off of either shoulder. Just great extension and body control.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
And just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
You know, this is a good time to maybe switch up your strategy a little bit. You can't keep doing what you're doing and expect a different result.
substitute for Chicago. Thompson comes in for Doncic. And Allen Iverson subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Then for the Knicks, Malone's checked in for O'Neal. Drexler comes in for Baylor. And Paul subbed in for Dennis Johnson. Now here's Paul. Over Johnson. And Davis pulls it down.
You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
Johnson, the pass to Thompson. And they double up Davis. Thompson against Paul. And there's the pass to Johnson. 4 on the shot clock. The 3. And the rebound goes to the Knicks.
And you can tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
The ability to close out on perimeter shooters is so important in today's game.
That one, no good. Good D by Olajuwon. Thompson left side. Drexler with the steal. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here.
With the score.
Knicks lead by 3.
The Bulls.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
The Knicks.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Joined by Coach Thibodeau.
21.
Coach, any areas to clean up in the second half?
They're missing some shots, but the thing I don't like is we're giving up the second shot. So the rebounding is something we got to get corrected.
Thanks for your time, Coach. Appreciate it. Back to you guys.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And the NBA Finals action continues here on 2K Sports. Glad to have you with us on the halftime show. Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Ernie Johnson. For the Knicks, they feel like this is their series, but that first half was an absolute dogfight. We may end up seeing a fast and furious finale to this game. While they have the opportunity to raise that championship trophy tonight, they're also facing a team with nothing to lose and who desperately want to push this series to 6 games. Taking a look at the Knicks, Kenny, what'd you think?
They were simply the better team on the offensive end. Every time the defense made an adjustment, they would make an adjustment on offense. Winning that little cat and mouse game, they'll be difficult to beat.
And Shaq, what'd you think about Chicago?
With how they're shooting, it's a miracle they're still in this game. There's still a whole half left to play. They need to stop wasting shots and get serious about finding quality looks.
And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back courtside. See you, everybody, with Kevin Harlan.
Fans, make some noise for your Chicago Lovables.
And we're back with you as these two teams do battle in their quest for an NBA championship. You look at Scottie Pippen, he's really been playing well.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. On the court for the Knicks, Mutombo is out there with Moses Malone. And it's Drexler. And it's Chris Paul. And it's Pippen in at the 3 spot. Paul passes to Malone. Great D that time from Davis.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
And the insane peripheral vision there. If anyone's open, even for an instant, Magic's gonna find you.
And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there.
Yeah, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Catching up on the changes for New York.
Elgin
Shaq
Baylor
comes in for Mutombo. And it's Baylor in for Scottie Pippen. Doncic outside. To the inside. Olajuwon. The shot's good on the assist by Doncic.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
Doncic has got 3 assists tonight.
And certain guys dictate the pace of the game. Doncic as much as anyone.
Now, here is O'Neal. Back to Paul. Kicks it out to Drexler. Shoots over Doncic. And that one goes long. And so Doncic will bring it up for Chicago. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Doncic. Pass to Johnson. Olajuwon in the high post. O'Neal's there. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Chicago shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
First team foul. At the line for the Bulls, Hakeem Olajuwon.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. Kevin McHale, he checked in for the Bulls. And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. The Knicks have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Passes it to O'Neal. Gilgeous-Alexander against Baylor. The shot misses.
Only 1 for 4 in this half. Sometimes it's execution. Sometimes the shots just don't go down.
The shot's good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
Despite his slim frame, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is showing enough strength to take the hit and complete the play.
Now here's Paul. Outside, Malone. Here's Baylor. Good, and the assist goes to Malone. Baylor's got 6.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Doncic kicks to Johnson. It's rebounded by New York. Shaq's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Drexler. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Doncic passes to Johnson. McHale outside. Inside. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Not going to go that time. Good work defensively by Baylor.
His inability to make shots has not brought this team down. That shows you their resourcefulness.
Paul's shot is off.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
Johnson can't get it to go.
Great defensive effort. Just saved
a basketball.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
Now, here's Baylor. 6 points for him. And on the screen now is the 2K leaderboard with a rundown of this postseason's assist leader. Third is Chris Paul. And, of course, Magic Johnson.
Team foul.
I think these two guys are having a little personal competition here
in
the playoffs to see who will finish with the most assists.
A free throw good from Baylor. And the Bulls will go for a different look here. Reedy's checked in for Olajuwon. Thompson comes in for Doncic. Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Iverson's subbed in for Johnson. And New York with a change here, too. Dennis Johnson's checked in for O'Neal. And And so Baylor nails both of them. Bulls have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Iverson passes to Thompson. Here's Reed.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Kicks it out to Iverson. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Reed. It's rebounded by New York. Malone's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Drexler passes to Paul. And the Knicks miss again.
And this is what you like about his perimeter D. Never gave up and challenged the deep.
You see some guys, they just mail it in. They don't go out and contest it. Not him. He's going to compete through the entire play.
Yeah, you have to admire the aggressiveness of him, constantly looking to draw the foul on his shot.
Personal foul.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
They are dominating the paint in this one. Consistent work inside throughout the game.
At the
Another
9 for
place they've had the
Chicago.
upper hand tonight is in transition. They've
Jeremy
gotten a
Lin.
bunch of their points off
2
the fast
shots.
break.
And that one falls for Lin.
And Lin has really carved out a nice role for himself in our league. An effective two-way player who can score, rebound, pass, and defend.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Mutombo is checked in for Baylor. And Pippen subbed in for Dennis Johnson. Both free throws good from Lin.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Paul finds Pippen. Drexler against Lin. Here's Drexler. Here's Malone. And Clyde Drexler gets the whistle that time.
Clyde Drexler.
That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
The Bulls leading by 3. Iverson kicks to Lin. Down low. Here's Reed. And it's sent back by Mutombo. McHale on the wing. He's covered by Malone. Pass to McHale. And here's Iverson outside. Drills the three-pointer. Iverson's got the lead up to 6 now for the Bulls.
Nice stroke on Iverson's jumper. And he looks so confident taking that shot.
And Drexler throws it down hard.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Now here's Iverson. 5 points in the game. And it's Malone with the rebound. Malone's got 6 rebounds in the game. The pass to Drexler. And Drexler throws it down hard.
How about the explosive vertical there? Not much you can do to stop Drexler once he gets to the rim.
And we just finished the third quarter. We've got a tight ball game here. It's Chicago leading by just 2. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment.
33. The Knicks. 31.
And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
The time is here, and we need you. Yes, you. To make
well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. So with Thompson sitting on the bench, here's the group that Billy Donovan has on the floor.
The assist.
McHale is out there with Luka Doncic. Then it's Anthony Davis. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Johnson in at the point guard. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Doncic. McHale looking for an opening. Pass to Johnson. That one falls. Coming off McHale's feet.
Magic Johnson.
And the Bulls lead by 2.
And when you have this kind of size as a point guard, what a tremendous advantage. The Magic can really match up with all 5 positions.
And that one's good by Shaq.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
Well within striking range. Now is when you have to lock in at both ends.
And it's sent back by O'Neal.
And the aggressiveness on display here from O'Neal. Terrific at turning shots away with that size and length. Wow, he got whacked on that. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Second personal foul. First team foul. Shooting for New York, Elgin Baylor. 2 shots.
Now the free throw is good. Now leading by 1. Olajuwon's checked in for Kevin McHale. And so Baylor nails both of them. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Bulls. Knocked loose and out of bounds. The Bulls will take it.
Bulls ball.
Timeout called. The Bulls.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, these guys need to work together as a team, as a unit. Try and carve out some easy buckets.
On your feet, fans, make some noise. It's time for T-shirts.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Billy Donovan talking to his team. Now, they preached the little things in the huddle. They asked their team to battle on those 50-50 balls. One extra possession could be all the difference. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession.
Knicks ball.
We're just over a minute and a half now into the 4th. Some nice passing by New York here. Here's Paul. Johnson with the block. And now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, the fast break champs. And again, no good by Chicago.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
The ability to close out on perimeter shooters is so important in today's game.
Doncic dishes to Davis. Olajuwon, right side. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far. Shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, those are the guys you trust the most.
And it was great execution. Clutch effort all the way around.
Here's Baylor. Olajuwon with the block.
Without a doubt, one of the most versatile shot blockers in the game. Olajuwon does it in the painted area as well as along the perimeter.
Johnson finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Malone with the block. They get it back, and Davis puts it in.
He's given a great lift to this offense tonight. Very, very efficient.
Paul passes to Malone. To the paint.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Hakeem Olajuwon. Second personal foul. Second team foul. Shooting for New York, Shaquille O'Neal. At the line for two.
That's good from O'Neal.
Over 7 feet, big, quick, great hands. Shaq is a one-of-one type of player.
He doesn't get the second one. The Bulls with the lead. Doncic outside. Got a piece of it. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Doncic. There's the triple. Oh, Doncic with a confident three ball.
He lives for moments like this because he wants to be the guy to hit the clutch shot.
To the middle. Here's O'Neal. Olajuwon with the block. To the inside, Davis. Second shot opportunity. The shot, no good. O'Neal with the defensive effort. Deep two from Pippen. That's in, coming off the assist from O'Neal.
Practically automatic shot there by Pippen. He knows he just needs the ball. And
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Here's Davis. Shoots over Malone. And Davis puts it in.
They needed that bucket. The aggression of AD when he senses a big moment, not something you can teach.
New York takes timeout. They're trailing by 4.
All right, fans, the loudest section in here
1:53 left in the fourth quarter. Present our New Balance Player of the Game, Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he had.
Kevin McHale, he checked in for days. New York, no good that time either. The Bulls leading by 4, and out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
Oh my goodness, he's kicking himself. You know, that's a critical time to commit a turnover. No telling how that error will ultimately play out.
There's 1:40 left here in the fourth quarter. O'Neal high post. Olajuwon with the block. Here's Doncic. Impressive work inside from Doncic.
Creating space, Doncic will move defenders around.
Knicks trailed by 6. All up top, covered by Johnson. Olajuwon with the block. Doncic against Paul. Doncic passes to Olajuwon. And it's sent back by O'Neal.
This has reached desperation time for him.
For them to have a chance, everything has to go right on both ends from this point on.
They retain possession. Chicago's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. This is a huge possession.
And this is where all the hard work pays off. You have to be able to execute under pressure.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by McHale.
New York ball.
Here's Baylor. Off the inbound pass. It's good. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3. Chicago calls timeout. They're ahead by 3.
Timeout call.
35 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Please welcome to the court your Chicago Lovable. Let's get up.
35 seconds left in the game. Pass it to Doncic. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Johnson. Shot clock at 6. Here's Doncic. It's blocked by Shaq.
And it's all about the 3 right here.
And they're looking to tie it up. Live to play another period. We'll see what they run right here.
They recover it. Up again. O'Neal is right there.
Smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game. People. All right, David, thank you. And that concludes